Attention passionate Philadelphia, EAGLES. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Philadelphia, EAGLESFANS. Let's get to the news. So guys, you've probably heard the buzz lately, right? The NFL is never short of drama, surprises, and shakeups, and this offseason has been no different. But what's really grabbing everyone's attention now is the ripple effect caused by a recent trade that shook the league. The Dallas Cowboys trading their superstar edge rusher, Micah Parsons, to the Green Bay Packers. Yeah, you heard that right. Parsons, a player many consider the cornerstone of the Cowboys' defense, moved to Green Bay, and that's not just a minor transaction. That's a major statement. It's a reminder that in this league, nobody is untouchable, and every player has a price. And that's where things get interesting, especially for the Philadelphia Eagles. Because, even as we're digesting the Parsons trade, something else has been brewing in the NFC East, a story that could shift the entire division's dynamics for the upcoming season. I'm talking about the rumors surrounding Philadelphia's own wide receiver, A.J. Brown. Now, Brown had a surprisingly quiet Week 1 against the Cowboys, catching only one pass for 8 yards on a single target. And for a guy who's known for his explosive plays and big yardage games, that was a bit of a red flag. But don't let that small performance fool you. A.J. Brown is the kind of player who can change a game in a heartbeat, and he's been a critical piece of the Eagles' offense since he arrived. The thing is, rumors started swirling almost immediately after that game. And it's not just fans speculating, reputable sources and insiders have been reporting that multiple teams have been knocking on the Eagles' door, interested in trading for Brown. Diana Rossini from The Athletic was one of the first to drop this information on September 13. She mentioned that teams had been calling about Brown long before his disappointing Week 1 performance. That's significant because it shows how much interest there is in a player like him. And let's be honest, we all know Brown's style. He's a receiver who thrives on getting the ball in his hands early and often. When he doesn't, he can become vocal, even frustrated, which is something that's well known among Eagles fans. Now here's the interesting part. The Eagles' general manager Howie Roseman has been firm in saying no to trade offers so far. According to Rossini's report, Roseman has told teams no dice, which makes sense. But let's think about this, saying no now doesn't mean that the price won't change later. Roseman is known for his patience and his readiness to make moves when the price is right. And in the NFL, the value of a player like Brown could skyrocket if the right team comes calling with an offer that's just too good to pass up. We're talking about a team that might be willing to part with a significant asset, maybe a top-tier wide receiver in return, or a high draft pick, like a second-rounder in 2026. That's a serious price, but one that could be worth it for a team looking to add a proven game-changer to their offense. But here's the catch: why would the Eagles even consider trading Brown? Well, it's not just about the performance in Week 1. It's about the bigger picture. The Eagles have an incredible core. Devonta Smith is still here, and he's been sensational, a true WR1 in his own right. But without another elite receiver like Brown, the Eagles' offense could face challenges in maintaining their Super Bowl dominance. Remember, the NFL is a league of matchups, and having that second threat on the outside makes all the difference. Brown's presence on the field stretches defenses, opens up opportunities for the run game, and gives Jalen Hurts more options to work with. Losing him could weaken their passing attack, and in a league where every yard and every point counts, that's a risk. And guys, there's a lot more to this story. Brown is still in the prime of his career, only 27 years old, and he signed a huge extension back in April 2024, a 3-year, $96 million deal. That's a significant commitment, and it shows how much the Eagles value him. But also, it's a reminder that any team interested in acquiring him would have to be ready to take on that financial responsibility. That's not a small thing in the NFL. Salary cap considerations, long-term commitments, and team chemistry all come into play. Now, let's switch gears for a moment and talk about another team that could be interested in Brown, the New England Patriots. And why? Well, Colin Cowherd mentioned on The Herd that the Patriots might be a perfect fit for Brown, especially considering a potential reunion with former Titans head coach Mike Vrabel. Remember, Brown spent the first 3 years of his career with Tennessee under Vrabel's leadership. During that time, he put up back-to-back 1-0-yard seasons, earned a Pro Bowl nod in 2020, and even reached the AFC Championship. So there's a clear connection there. What makes this even more intriguing is the history of Vrabel's reaction to the trade. When the Titans traded Brown to the Eagles in 2022, Vrabel was visibly shocked and disappointed. That moment was captured on video and became viral, a testament to how much Vrabel valued Brown and how much he believed in his talent. And as Cowherd pointed out, that reunion with Vrabel and the Patriots could be a real possibility if the trade market heats up. It makes sense, right? Vrabel knows Brown's strengths better than anyone, and he would likely push hard for his return if the opportunity arises. Now, why is all this relevant for the Eagles? Well, it's simple. The NFL is a league of strategic moves. The Eagles have a talented roster, a Super Bowl-winning quarterback in Jalen Hurts, and a defense that's still one of the best in the league. But they also need to keep their offense as potent as ever. Losing a player like Brown would be a big blow, but if the right offer comes along, Howie Roseman might have to make a tough decision. It's all about value, timing, and the team's long-term vision. And let's not forget the bigger picture. The NFC East is shaping up to be more competitive than ever. The Cowboys, with their recent trade of Parsons, are clearly signaling that they're willing to shake things up. The Giants and Commanders are also making moves to improve. So the Eagles need to be sharp and strategic to stay ahead. Brown's presence on the field is a big part of their offensive identity, and any change there could tip the scales. But what about Brown himself? Well, he's a player who's always been vocal about his ambitions and his desire to be the best. His fight for targets, his energy, and his ability to make big plays are what make him so valuable. If he does end up being traded, it won't be just about the money, it's about fitting into a team where he can be the focal point, a true WR1. And that's why the potential trade drama is so fascinating to follow this season. Will the Eagles hold on? Will they find a way to keep him happy? Or will we see him in a new uniform soon? And guys, the reality is that the NFL season is unpredictable. Injuries, team needs, and the ever-changing landscape of trades make it a roller coaster ride. But what's clear is that the Eagles are at a crossroads. They have a chance to defend their title, but decisions like these, whether to hold on or to trade, can alter their destiny. And with the NFL always on the lookout for the next big move, Philadelphia fans should stay tuned. Because the next few weeks could be crucial, not just for Brown but for the entire NFC East. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Philadelphia Eagles news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So what do you think, Eagles fans? Are you worried about losing Brown? Do you believe he's worth holding onto at all costs? Or do you think a trade could actually benefit the team in the long run? Personally, I believe that Brown's talent is undeniable, and keeping him should be a priority. But if the right offer comes along, Howie Roseman won't hesitate to make the move. That's the nature of this league. It's a constant chess game, and every decision can change the course of a season. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Philadelphia Eagles. Do you think Brown stays, or do you believe a trade is inevitable? It's your team, your voice, and your passion that makes this community so special. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Philadelphia Eagles news. We'll keep you in the loop, analyzing every move, every rumor, every scoop that could shape the upcoming season. Because at the end of the day, we all want to see the Eagles soar to new heights, and together we'll be there every step of the way.